right now because Sentinels, I mean, everybody right now is trying to run through the math on what they could do to try to actually make this work for them to maybe make it to LCQ, maybe make it through groups as well. It's a long task ahead, though, and they're going up against something that Faze has really started to innovate with and get really good at on this map.
We saw the graphic. I think it was like 5 or 6 steps to success in order for them to get to that point. You're right, and they already got through box number 1, or line item number 1, if you will. This is a big one they're going to have to get through in order to get to that point. We touched on the Yoru in the hands of Tens.
They're coming over the rope.
Yeah, and they're walking right into Konpeki. Oh, he gives it up.
Some interesting couple of steps there from Tens with his TPs. Tried to fake out like they were going to be behind that box. But the timing just doesn't work out. The hit is coming on for Faze on the A site, though.
I think he's a bit stuck right now. He should have the rendezvous to get away, but he's just standing there, man. He's just taking the fight. There he goes. Dashes back. The site should be lost at this point. Baby Bay, he had some absolutely filthy plays from this very spot just last week. See if he gets a chance at something here. Sentinels attempt this 3v5 retake. Flash, Baby Bay, yep, he already takes care of Dapper. It all falls down to Konpeki. Already gotten one with the Headhunter, but the flash in the face. 2 people below him.
30 bullets.
Just keep stacking it up.
Okay.
1 bullet, though. They're just toying with him, man.
I like that rendezvous from Dicey. It's like he's just putting it down as a shield. You know? The interesting thing about that, actually, though, I was mentioning how Tens was using his TP to get way ahead inside of A main and maybe actually set up a pinch. But they don't go for it. And then after that, while we saw that timing that worked out for Faze where Sentinels backed up, they backed up so far because there was a pinch happening on the other side of the site, right? You had Baby Bay going out with his fast lane on the site, and they pinched sand from there. That was just really well played from Faze, and unfortunately Sentinels makes the wrong call.
Faze trying to push the tempo around Dish. Trying to get the ult orb. Little info spotted. That's just so difficult to deal with, man. Baby Bay's jumping around the corner. Retreats back to safety, and then you've got 2 other people swinging out. That's just brutal.
Dicey is so fast up through this smoke, too, and he's in trouble. Yeah, he had committed way too much there. If he got that kill, sure, he maybe could have done something. But on the other side of the map, that was just the classic Dish take. And mind you, Dicey dies, but he doesn't give up any weapons. That's the power of Chamber on these anti-ecos. You can just be a little bit more risky than most of the other agents, and at this point, they've kind of figured it out. That has pulled a little bit of a stack out from Sentinels, and Faze should have a free sight.
Well, boy, are they making sure that there's no one there. You see the fast lane, you see the smokes out from Brim. No stone left unturned. And with that, Baby Bay should be able to get the spike down.
Isolated fight between Flya and Dapper.
Easy. A little touch and go at first, but ultimately ends to shots onto Dapper. Numbers continue to dwindle for Sentinels.
Tens' TP is in the back of sight right now, but they know. Baby Bay's watching it.
Does he take it? Nah. That would have been something had he done it. Baby Bay's already got
a flash or something would have worked. I think it could have worked.
Yeah,
He's the only person
maybe.
watching it. Nice.
Maybe. Baby Bay 3 to clean up the round as Faze gets to 2. Pretty clean start overall for the boys on the attacking side.
Absolutely, and I'm looking at that A execute that they've run now twice, obviously in different conditions, but that fast lane to get out on site with the smokes in combination, paired with a lot of flashes from Flya and Poise. I mean, we've already seen the strength of this optic comp over many different teams running it now in many different regions. I think Faze has kind of put their own spin on it, right? A little bit more aggressive with the Neon, which is very nice to see. On the other side, too, while Tens is picking Yoru, and that might be a first here on Fracture outside of FPX and Angel's shenanigans early on this stage. This is not the first time that Tens has played Yoru. He played it on Bind significantly.
Maybe not necessarily with much success, but you're right. He did try. An effort was made. While Sentinels tried to hold back the onslaught that is Faze onto the B site with also the same amount of success. They just kind of get rolled over.
Yeah, and this is with guns now, too. Baby Bay and Dicey with rifles on the bonus. Hard to get back into this if you're Sentinels. All coming from the spawn.
mean, what do you do? Well, okay. It doesn't seem to be getting any easier for Sentinels. They're down to 2 members left. Tens with no armor to his name. He's the last one up. Getting utility dumped all over the place. This is a Prime Gaming Flawless comes through to get Faze to 3.
No contest on that tower hit at all. And I don't quite recall who was there from Sentinels, but just fully stunned up. The execute's really, really nice. Right there, Raucous, the coach stepping in.
Who, mind you, popped off last week, right here. I mean, he had himself a map.
Sure. A lot of people were saying, hey, if Sentinels wants to start this miracle run, they've got to keep playing with Raucous, which I think is hilarious to me. But we'll see.
If it works, though.
It works. So far, not so far.
Look at how fast they move, man. Like, it seems pretty clear what their game plan is, and especially when you've got a Neon in the fold, it makes sense. Baby Bay brings the velocity, the ferocity follows with the rest of the flashes, and the philosophy is very clear. They have a speed, and that speed is go.
He is so fast. Absolutely right about that. And also, you could see how comfortable he's getting on this agent as well. In that moment, right, where he's fighting Kampeki on top of the box, yes, they mark him up, but as the wall falls, he's putting his concuss right at his feet. And that's no lineup or anything like that. He just really understands the agent at this point, where he can come up with things like that on the fly without really causing chaos to his own team, right? That is very difficult. Those relay bolts bounce right back at you in cases that you try to go for that. So always have to be careful.
And we may see an errant one or two, but at least in this round that was not the case. Another Prime Gaming Flawless comes through back-to-back, if I'm not mistaken, is Faze early on, but seemed to be riding off to the sunset here.
Yeah. This is going to be, obviously, another big test. Kampeki's got the op this time. He's posted up in halls. And that's exactly where Faze are going to go for. A fast fault line into sand, dropping down. It actually covers both the drop down. This is actually right straight up into an ult.
Baby Bay again going forward, this time using the ult. Kampeki's able to get one with the op, but Baby Bay again causing problems.
Dude, he got 2 stuns there.
Had taken care of Tenzo. He's still playing down in hell. Shoulder given away, but you're not expecting the second. Fly not able to land the shots. I didn't think Tenzo was ever going to leave that spot, to be honest with you.
Oh, and you see the layers to that TP too. While Dicey goes for this 1v3, he's cornered on all sides.
He's nowhere near the spike either.
Yeah, there's actually layers to the Sentinels defense. I mean, Dicey has to go back through spawn. They've grabbed the spike as well, but the fact that on an A hit like this, Tens could fight the site and then back up as well, that's going to be tough to deal with. Somebody has to cover that. Otherwise, that is coming way faster, and you don't necessarily know because you're not there to hear where Tens TP'd to. And he's not going to activate the trademark or anything like that. So Faze, until they realize that, might be in trouble on these A hits.
In a lot of ways, you get similar vibes to how Chamber would play in a situation like that, right? You've got the get out of jail card and maybe a little bit longer as far as animation goes, but the idea is similar. He's got 13 seconds. Yeah, he's going to be able to get the spike down.
10 seconds left.
This would be back-breaking for Sentinels if Dicey can pull it off. He's only got 41 HP, and Tens gets a third on the round to get Sentinels on the board. Much closer than the experts anticipated.
They were isolated there. Dicey just does fantastic to close that out. Those angles that he's clearing speaks to how good he is at taking them. And this is what I'm talking about right here. Tens gets the kill, flashes out, gets another, and then his TP is all the way into the attacking spawn.
Enemy remaining. Spike
planted. And it's going to take more than heroics to shut that down the line here. And you're mentioning how the relationship to how that feels against Chamber, right? But Chamber is constricted. Yoru is not constricted. He can go anywhere on the map. As you can see, the TP all the way back over towards the B site here for Tens. That's so easy for him, these picks. And that's Baby Bay. That's a big entry point for Faze.
Not just a big entry point. In a lot of ways, Balla really the only entry point. We'll see how they choose to try to
they
move
on
forward here. Yeah.
And while he's good, he has the highest success rate on First Bloods Obviously, that can't happen anymore, but he could still get these entries.
Faze cutting noise here, trying to introduce a bit of doubt, perhaps a bit of misdirection into the minds of Sentinels as they try to think through what they're up to.
Raucus has a judge inside as well. That could be hard if Dicey can't deal with him on the other side of that arcade.
They're not flipping the map. The brim. Yep, there it is. There's that judge. And the op out of 10s, too, gets another. You hear the orbital strike has come down. Faze left in tatters.
30 seconds left.
Superman's in a 1v4, and he's not even going to take one with him. No consolation prize. Nothing for his troubles. Sentinels get to 2.
I mean, all eyes on 10s now. That was such a big entry for him. They recover the op. But not only is he going to continue to go for these aggressive jump peaks, but he's getting a lot of information. This, again, onto Baby Bay. As the relay bolt is falling, he doesn't get flashed at all. And he's TP'd to safety. This time gets another kill, but not able to TP. Doesn't matter. Already got the damage done.
This time an op in the hands of Kimpeki. As Tens seems to have been satisfied with the damage that he did. Again, we see this fast pace. Kimpeki's not gonna, I don't know. Yeah, he's not able to get out, but also his rendezvous's gone.
Yeah, they must have. Yeah, actually, that's
Cleared it out. Yeah.
Early pick and Dicey again. As soon as it happens, look at this with the tour de force. He's already taken so much space. Raucus is gone. The B site, while obviously there's going to be Faze executing on it, there's nothing there for them to actually find. Once these smokes come down and the wall goes up, even the KO ults included into this. Oh, and Shazam is tagged. That was actually a big thing for him because he has the Rolling Thunder right now. And they're rotating around to not get caught by it if they use it on site.
Yeah. Perhaps even trying to go down and clear out hell if need be. See if he chooses to use it again. Keep in mind that Rolling Thunder.
They just used the knife. No, it doesn't actually. I thought that they might use the Rolling Thunder the other way.
Either way, it doesn't hit a single thing. It whiffs. Dicey doesn't. Oh, not able to land the second. And Kimpeki wins it out with the Headhunter, no less. Flya trying to cause some more problems from backside. Not able to land the shots that time around, but he cleans it up at the end. Faze get to 5. The setup was gorgeous. They understood what was on the other side of the round coming from Sentinels, and they play around it perfectly.
Yeah, that was gorgeous. Really, really nice stuff. I mean, immediately right off the bat, taking down the setup from Kimpeki and Tens. Right, there was no counter utility used. The rendezvous, again, not sure exactly what happened to them. There's one. Oh, he put it up in front.
Yeah, and it gets shot out. Fortunately, he doesn't get punished there.
Yeah.
Right, like he's able to slip back out from behind the box and get to safety, but he was in a sticky spot there.
He gets so far ahead of that stun. Faze here against Tens.
Dicey continuing his antics as you see flashes, utility traded back and forth, a relay bolt, pop flashes, everything as Tens is still there. He uses a dimensional drift to try to get out. And he is going to be able to do so. Is he going to go back in?
No, just for info.
Info.
But that pick from Dicey as well. He's rotated all the way to join his team now to actually work with this op as the entry man. And I expect after this smoke falls that they try to walk in with that op.
Yeah, and this is where you see some of the conditioning come into play, right? Think about what Faze's playbook has been this entire half. Hit A pretty hard, make some noise, and then have Dicey lurk B. It's not there this time.
Yeah, he's all the way back on A, but it might just flip, right? 40 seconds left. They have plenty of time to work this. They're going to fake A. Look at Tens. He's gotten so much information. He just ran all the way up, down arcade.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is look at the rotations, the setup from Sentinels. It's because of how Dicey has been playing that they're still leaning towards B this late in the round. Now you've got the gate crash that's going to take Tens all the way back to A. And it's a slow, quiet hit. The Rolling Thunder. Kimpeki hits a filthy shot onto Poise. How much is left behind this punch? His kills get traded back and forth. 13 seconds left. Spike has made it out with 10 seconds left. It should go down. It's a 3v3 for the sight baller.
Molly just came in as well, not actually delaying anything. So close from Dicey, has an opportunity right now to really just completely end this round, but Kampeki's close.
Rare miss. May get a chance in a second as he's getting spammed through. He misses twice.
Superman's close and low.
1v2 though. And I don't think they know where he is. That's a big one. He's had to get that one. He's gotten it down to a 1v1. Oh, but time is not on his side, and Raucus just swings out and lands a shots onto Superman. He's gonna get the defuse. Sentinels get to 3.
Okay, there's Coach Raucus. And they're keeping it really competitive right now, as the Faze executes are slowing down a little bit while they're trying to mix it up. In this case, definitely some indecision. And I think Sentinels kind of read that really well. Kampeki played the smoke great right here. And Tens as well, right back through in the gap. I think a lot of these teams nowadays on Fracture are using the staggered smoke method that we kind of saw on Bind in early days, where they're smoking once in the entryway, or right in the middle of the site, and then once on top of the box as well. And people are taking advantage of that. That's that right there.
Faze still have enough to buy. Still got some money to work with. And it's another fast hit onto B. They have found success exploiting tower before. Can they do it again? Brim's just on the other side. The flick out from Baby Bay is just repugnant.
Disgusting. Dicey's there to trade Tense as he goes for the decoy too. The fake out not working out.
They've established control. Sentinels with 3 members left. Kampeki still has that operator.
Go, go, go!
Baby Bay throws a little shoulder, a little knee. No info gathered, though. At least yet, you wonder, Sentinels, you look at their money situation, it's not great, but they want to go forward. Well, they've gone the wrong direction. Faze get to 6. They stop the bleeding.
Again, that's the consequence of them, playing off, not offside. Obviously, a lot of people are fighting, but there's nobody coming through tree, nobody coming through arcade, nobody coming through underpass. None of that is happening.
Yeah, it's one-dimensional.
And that's good because they're not able to retake fast through that smoke to take arcade to even give themselves that space. So you see, Kampeki's trying to walk out with an op through a smoke, so he has to just switch to his headhunter and try and there's 3 angles he has to clear there. It's impossible for him.
Tough scenes, and now Sentinels again, as we mentioned at the end of the previous round. Not a whole lot in the bank. Back to pistols across the board.
They do get actually Dapper to underpass here. But this is so quiet. Raucus, they finally actually do see something. That's when they execute starts. That's crazy.
There it is. Man, you're almost, if you don't have a judge, if you don't have something to kind of play anti-flash, you're just kind of a sitting duck there. Right? When you've got the fast lane, you've got the KO flash, the relay bolts, you've got everything thrown your way. That's just a brutal spot to be in.
Go, go, go!
No crossfire set up on that.
One enemy
It's that time of day. It really is. I think the confidence, the work that FaZe has put in on this map over the last 2 weeks is clearly showing here in spades. And Baby Bay is going to have fun with it. He just is.
He hit a bit of a lull after the hot start that he had, but you're right. I think 10 and 4. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all.
And look at Dicey too, man. 15 and 5. We're definitely, we're at the tail end of the half already, but this is open qualifier phase, man. They've stepped up after the first 2 losses that they had. To get that win last week over Cloud9, it's rejuvenated them. They look exactly like they did. And for reference, too, those 2 at the top of the scoreboard is nothing new. This team, that duo, specifically always has the most percentage of their team's kills. And by far,
oh my goodness, he read him like a book.
That's ridiculous, too. And I think Tens was flashed on that TP attempt.
Relay bolt. Clear things out. He's left alone on A. And the thing is, it is Baby Bay, so it often requires more than just one person's attention. Couple of dueling operator shots. Go through one.
Not fast on tower.
No, they're not, and they've got the orbital strike to delay. Superman, how, my goodness, how is he so close? That looks like he's right on the edge. And he somehow stays alive through the barrage of utility.
They're not aware. They really aren't of Campeki here in tower. What can they do?
They're gonna push him. Oh, they are gonna push him. Oh, but he gets caught at a horrible time. And now Raucus is left in this 1v2. Again, he was good here. He was good here last week, but he's been spotted, poised, backing up. It's very well played there. Understanding he's got help as long as he rotates back, does just that, and Raucus has no way to win that fight.
Beautiful
Last round before
from
the
Faze
switch.
in the final moments of that as well. Really, really nicely done. And at this point, I mean, these entries from Baby Bay, from Dicey walking up on the other side, are really, really good. And Ten's not being able to find any value since that one round he jumped out of Dish with the op, right? That was the only time he really got something done early
Has he
in
had
the
the op
round.
since?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think so.
Yeah.
And to stress the importance right now of these early kills, every round, almost every single round, there's only been 1 out of 12 so far that their first kill does not end up in a win.
Oh boy.
So here we go, Sentinels
Spike
wins.
down A.
Didn't need the op for that one either. Baby Bay drifts around the corner, takes a couple of shots to the face. Rolling Thunder's used too. Campeki looking for something with the tour de force. Bay's just got rolled. My guy. They got
Chill. Most handsome man in esports right here across.
We'll see how Sentinels can do on attack. Remember, they've got the Yoru, and we saw some cool stuff, but then we also saw a lot of not cool stuff. To be honest,
I could count on my fingers the cool stuff, and that was
nope. That was, I mean, that was cool stuff if you're a Sentinels fan.
yeah, that's for sure. Okay, Dicey on the flank still. You're just gonna push the pace. Already evening things up a little bit right now. Poise is in actually a really good spot to help this fight.
His headhunter stats have to be through the roof, bro, right? Oh no. Still got the gate crash on the other side, but Poise has shown up. A little bit of help. And that should give him a bit more room to breathe. Remember, this is a 2v2. For as much as Sentinels have looked great, they've got a chance at getting a little bit more. The flick was almost there.
He picked up a
Dicey
ghost.
gets it to a 1v1. Dapper has to heal up.
This plan is great for Dapper though.
Armor, the swing! Dicey's not able to land the shots. The classic out from Dapper at the end wins him the round.
That was chaotic, and Baby Bay just keeping up the tempo right now. Faze exactly what they did on that first half. But with that start from Dicey this time, what was it, 3 kills from him?
Yeah, I
I
think
get
so.
scared because he is a, fantastic defensive side player. I think when I quoted those first kill stats,
Last play.
I have to imagine a lot of them actually come from the defense. So
Yeah. I mean, statistically, Faze are so good on the defensive side. Just, again, kind of like reaffirming what you were just saying, yeah.
stack over towards Dish. Tenz is coming back over towards this one side right now.
There are 2 here. Does he have a gate crash?
Oh, he just broke that really fast.
I don't think he has a way out of here.
Raucus is stuck too, but they're not pushing it. I think the read there from Faze is okay. They have the trademark here. Oh, good pick again.
Timing.
Maybe base shut down. We'll keep an eye on that. They didn't move the stack though. They're still here on A.
And a cheeky little set of doors. They feel the pressure that way. Fly ultimately fall. Okay. Sure. Right.
Disgusting. Becky just turns as he hears the noise and fires off 2 blind no scopes. Not blind, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Point blank. There you go.
The thing is, if history has anything to say about this, Dicey's somehow going to get 2 or 3 with the Headhunter and get us all excited, all hot and bothered about a 1v1. We'll see. Or not.
Yeah.
History can change, too, you know?
Yeah, no, I'm happy. I don't like getting riled up for nothing, you know? And that happens a lot in this game. So, gun round now. Campeki sticking with the Marshal. And no ops on the side of Faze. So, speaking of Dicey, not being able to get that actually is going to be... He only has 3.9k, so probably invested just a little bit to get a couple Headhunter bullets last round. He spent them all in a pistol.
Safety's off.
And Sentinels spread very far. They're going to go for something here inside of Dish. And I'm actually
Right
pretty
here.
surprised not to see Tens put out his TP early to get back to the other side on defaults or anything like that. And that to me indicates that they want to really push the Faze onto the site.
All sorts of flashes being dumped onto the site as the rest of Sentinels follow through from drop, and they still have 2 players playing on the southern side of the map.
Fake teleport.
Relay bolt, Raucus gets the spike down, 10 swinging around, not again. Much like the previous round, Baby Bay never really has a chance in that fight as he's running away.
That was a great fake out though for him. Tens after the relay bolt, Bay thought he stunned him and he TP'd out, and he didn't. He just used it as a fake. Great stuff from Tens, and starting to see a little bit more proficiency here on the second half with the Yoru. The first half definitely wasn't great from him. I mean, there was a lot of moments, I think round 11 specifically, where he TPs in the halls with no support. And Faze no answer right now, but as long as they save these guns, they have another chance to fight back in the next round. But I'm thinking Icy might have his sort of force online, and that could get dangerous now in this next round. Because he needs to start getting an op online. Yeah, he does. He's got it. Because of those couple of kills that he got on that pistol round.
We'll see where he chooses to set up. You presume he's going to use it. Alarm bot already set just on the outside of ramps towards B.
This is a good call. I mean, Sentinels has gone so far mostly towards this A side, right? So for him to try to find a one-off pick, and again, they've been approaching the way that Tens is using his gate crashes consistently late as they push up into the site, and not to get back and rotate and use it as a default. So Dicey's position, I think, great here.
Maybe in trouble here. He has the rendezvous to get away. Dicey not able to land a shot, and he peeks right back in, gets a little greedy, tries to find some more, and instead is starved out of anything he could have found.
He usually hits those, man. He really does.
Solo.
All sorts of trouble on the other side of this corner. Boy swings out at just the right time to take care of him, but the kills get traded back. Faze can't really fight.
One enemy remaining.
down.
Just cleaning it up now at this point. And yeah, Superman again goes for another save. I think we will have actually 2 players, Baby Bay and Poise, should be able to actually buy into this round, but it's going to be an interesting decision again. Dicey as well, probably didn't spend much, so potentially they can get another buy cobbled together here. But again, Dicey missing that entry is so uncharacteristic. In most attempts, right? He out of 3 rounds, he's hitting 2 of those entries easily, winning those entry attempts.
Well, and he was on a heater, too, in the first half. I think when we looked at things initially, he was, what, 20 and 9?
Yeah. Well, those first 3 kills in the pistol, right? So, yeah,
Sure.
close. I mean, but at this point, it's a tie game already. Sentinels has just recovered straight up from the same streak that Faze hit them with on their own defensive side. And at this point, the game's open. I thought it was a great lead from Faze, but
This is going to be a fast hit out on B. Look at the setup. They're going to push out, and there it is. They've got the pop flash out from KO. Baby Bay pushes forward. And Sentinels, they take a couple steps back. Faze get the orb. It's a consolation.
and it could be important down the line, but Superman really not occurring too many right now. And it is a little bit of a light buy with the saved guns. So, dangerous round still for Sentinels.
Take this! Go, go, go!
Push him all the way back. Surprised to actually see Sentinels fight this back, but Babe's just going for it. He might catch him on the rope. No. Raucus is so lucky that he didn't continue to push that, but no information known from Baby. Does not know what he's going into on the other side of that.
The spike still hasn't made it up very far at all, and they're literally standing right on top of each other. As it looks like the spike is going to go in through ramps towards B.
Still, I mean, Faze may be making the wrong read. No, they're re-aggressing back onto B, so this is good. Poise getting that first entry for Faze in this half as well. Should set them up great with this no command too
30 seconds left.
as they hit the site.
That smoke from Superman, as you see on your screen there, it's just so difficult to get through, and it feels like it lasts an eternity. Should be clearing out here any moment. Fire able to land a big shot. You hear the no command come out too, as now they try to push forward. 13 seconds left. Time is running out for Sentinels if they want to get through, and they seem to have done it. Gonna get the spike down. His take was beautiful.
Shocking that that take works out the way that it did with Baby Bay.
Last player standing.
Oh.
But Baby Bay. Rockets left in a 1v2. 35 HP. So much thrown his way.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my goodness, that flick.
Nah, this
He
dude
did-
is crisp. Put him in the
Yeah.
starting lineup. This dude is crisp, bro.
He didn't win the round, but surely that's an aim-left flick of the day right there.
Jeez Louise. Okay, exactly the same point that Sentinels ended the streak for Faze. So if all things continue the way they are, we're headed towards overtime right now in this first map. And I was not expecting this sort of performance. I really wasn't. I thought this
yesterday.
I thought this would be a little bit of a walkover for Faze, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And here we are. Especially on Fracture. The interesting part too is that Sentinels is going right into Haven next, and that's a good pick for them, but they're going right into the same Neon comp.
You
Not
want
the
to
exact
play?
same, but
Let's play.
Similar
they seem
for
to
sure.
be really prepped against it.
Fly hits the Rolling Thunder and he pushes forward, but the thing is he's alone right now. He's up pretty far and he doesn't have a ton of help around him, and yeah, he gets punished. Fly falls.
Actually with the trade and dish though, so it's still even. But a lot to work with still. Shazam has his Rolling Thunder. Dapper, 2 orbs off of a res. I'm not quite sure if that actual dish one is there, but there's plenty of orbs on this map to work with in 1 minute as well. Yeah, it's there. If he finds this kill on a Baby Bay this round, I mean, it's already almost won for them because this res is easy to get in dish.
And they're so spread out. Look at that. They have no real idea of where anyone could be coming from. You've got the operator in the hands of Dicey.
Yeah.
That's a good angle.
He has missed the last couple shots, though. He's going to have to come up big here.
Found 1 this round so far, but they have smokes from Raucus, and he's in position to have to let it go.
Rolling Thunder, Baby Bay in a world of hurt as Dicey just plucks Dapper out of the sky. Baby Bay pops the ult and he takes care of Raucus too. And the spike is down in the middle of the site. They're going to have to fight through what Faze have left, then pick it up, plant it, and then fight for the rest of the round. It seems almost unwinnable, Bala.
Yep. The one thing had to go right there, and it was not getting killed by Dicey there. I think the smoke, the way that they executed on that site, right, is the common way I was talking about earlier, where they're splitting the site in half. But in that case, where you know Dicey is opping, where you know he TP'd back to spawn, why are those 2 smokes not landing? On top tower, on top of this rope right here. I actually had 3 as well. So, I mean, that's a misread on where Dicey would choose to opt from, especially when they're not re-smoking dish themselves. And I'm not sure if there was actually a smoke available or anything like that, but still.
Who's next?
Dimensional drift coming through early on as Tens goes on an exploratory voyage to see what info he can find. Dicey somehow, I don't know how that shot didn't land.
I'm back.
And it's a full retake setup for Faze too. Might just be a go next, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a Rolling Thunder. They don't.
They have the fast lane from Baby Bay, so if they cook something up with that, with these relay bolts as well, it could be really good. Where's Tense going?
They've gotten 2 big openers.
Tense is really late here. He can TP back, but he's trying to go for a flank, and this is going to take way too long.
It's a big flank. It's a massive flank. A scenic route is, I mean, really, at this point, the side has been lost. But is he going to get the timing? Is he going to be able to show up at just the right time? Yes, he is. Spots 1.
If he's starting.
1. He's going to flash, but I don't know if that's going to pull him off. Chaz is left alone in this 1v4, and the defuse comes through. It was a cool idea, and he did get 1 out of it, but you're right, Bala. That was too late.
Yeah, almost like, I feel like the TP in this case was supposed to be used just like in case he was too slow for it or anything like that. Or maybe put himself in a better position after he gets 1 kill, but it wasn't thought out that far, right? That clearly was just an on-the-fly decision from Tense, and it almost worked. But if he was playing Neon, it probably would have worked. I'm not going to lie. Because he didn't use that TP either way. Yeah. And at this point, Sentinel's still able to get a buy together, but Faze really close, and they're playing a hard dish setup, and that's where Sentinels are going. Early confrontation.
Knife through his Raucus. Eats an aftershock. Ult Orb goes into the hands of Superman to get the orbital strike online. So that early confrontation that you mentioned, small battle goes in favor of Faze.
Could end up being a big battle as well if they end up going back towards B.
Here.
That retake from Faze clearly is so strong. And adding an orbital strike to the mix too. Look at the confidence they put into Dicey here to hold the B side by himself with just the trademark and his op on the arcade. 4 players over towards the A side because of it.
He's still having a standout performance for as many shots as we've seen go a bit errant. I think he's like 26 and 13, so
Ridiculous.
certainly makes sense. But even with that posted setup, you see Sentinels are all grouped up towards A. You've got 3 coming in from the north side from Dish, and then the remaining 2 in through halls. Remember, again, the orbital strike that Superman was able to grab early on. You see that Gary Cash come through. The flash as Tense takes it. There's no one on the other side. Boyce is able to swing out and get the kill onto him. Orbital strike delays. Oh, 20 seconds left, too. They don't really have time to flip things. They don't really have any other options. They have to go forward. And that forward has gotten them to a 2v2. Superman, what kind of shot is that? Kempeki, he's got to win this. He had to win it.
He really did. I didn't realize how dire of a situation that was until Shazam just makes the jump on top of, like, what is he doing? The spike was lost on top of Dish, on top of the drop down. And that was because
you see it. Yep.
Down A.
So unfortunate. And it falls even further after Superman gets that ult. Big ups to Superman. I mean, this entire round from Faze was so well planned out. They got the orb for him, they got the orbital strike, and then the hold was phenomenal because he used the orbital strike to divvy up the hit from Sentinels. The only player who was in was Tens. And Tens tried to TP, gate crash on top of Poise, but Poise makes quick work of him.
Baby Bay in a spot to make a big play, and nope, decapitated right off the bat. Numbers heavily in favor of Sentinels. Superman takes a big step back, tries to play to safety, manages to do so. Molly to provide even a bit more cover.
It's a little ridiculous that Superman's not getting punished here from Tree.
They're about to try. Look at him slip into his own smoke. Hench just on the other side, surely not expecting this. No. They're literally right beside each other. Backs facing one another. How has he gone in undetected?
Last player standing.
Oh, but he's alone now in this 1v5, and there was a chance at something. That flick was pretty gross too, but he still has 3 more to go. He's healthy, but it's just too much. Tens at the end of the day cleans things up.
A late flank again. But this time the hold is really good. I mean, hold is really good from Sentinels in that post plant, and the attack as well is really good too. Going straight up through arcade, and obviously Superman slips the net, but they go for kind of just walling off the gen area, and then instead of pushing through the smoke, which obviously would have been ill-advised with the little amount of utility they had left, they just use that utility on tower instead. But it really is grouping 4-1 hits onto one side here. And I worry about it beginning to get readable.
It's interesting here. The knife out from Poised only caught the Tens. There were 4 here.
There we go.
Off your feet!
You will
There's the
not
Reds.
kill
From
my
Dyson, he gets an early pick again, but it's still a 5v5 with the Reds.
They found my trap.
I see with a shot at another. That's a second on the round for him. He still has that operator. Took a bit of damage.
Poised ult makes it so they can't get out here, honestly. And another TP up. Dicey is held for 20 seconds.
They've still got a chance, I think. This thing, they've got the wall, yeah, to provide cover, and Dapper gets the spike down. Numbers in favor of Sentinels. As you see that initial panel go down. And we're just kind of waiting. At what point does Baby Bay decide that he wants to make a play? That he wants to go? It almost seems inevitable at this point. Dapper able to land the shots onto Superman.
player standing.
And it's all onto Baby Bay. Sentinels get to 10. They're fighting back, man. I keep thinking, like, Faze are going to be able to put them away, but Sentinels just refuse to go down.
Yep. And now is where the mind games really, really begin. This Faze wants to close this out, but low money. Really, really low money. We got a Superman ult again. Back online somehow. And we're waiting as well.
Of course, it's the two Bash Bros with Vandals coming into this round. We've also got Baby Bay 1 point from his ult.
Active
Dashes forward.
And just useless in this position. Sure, he's in the dimensional drip, but no flash is actually thrown out, and he can't. Baby
He's
just
chasing
followed him. Oh my goodness.
I'm back.
Just completely. I mean, I've never seen that before.
If you're fast enough, you might as well do it. Dicey not able to land that shot. Kenpeki wins that out. That's one Vandal down. Baby Bay still has his, and that opening kill got him his ultimate.
Lights up. Ooh.
Ah, dude, they're really working them. Again,
they are.
low pistols, or just low money for the other
Baby Bay.
side.
One. He still got that ultimate. 25 HP, though. Not a lot to work with at all. And Poise is upgraded. He just got a Vandal.
It feels like one of those moments, Doug.
7 bullets. 7 bullets for Baby Bay. The moment's gone. At least for him, it's going to have to be Poised who does it, if he does it. And he's got so little time. He still has 3 targets. He's going to have to work his way around, and Kenpeki gets actually the 3rd on the round to get Sentinels to...
They're making it work on their map pick.
You want to
Kenpeki's
play?
really
Let's
stepping up
play.
for them.
Great opener up from Dicey. And Baby Bay slipped down under exactly. Yep, he catches 10 sleeping.
Crazy.
I'm out of here.
It all falls apart in these final moments. Because Faze just keep stepping up the aggression, right? They just put their foot back on the gas, continue to do what they did and love to do.
And the timing on that ball is so insane because that's one of the things that Neon allows you to do is to be able to get around that corner if you're pushing in outside of B from northern side, slip down under into underpass, and then catch that timing the way that he did. Like, that again, that's one of the benefits that you get when you run a Neon.
Yeah. Specifically Baby Bay running it too.
Down.
He'll take those gaps, right? He'll make sure he forces those timings. Other people are a little bit more sheepish with it. Trademark in the middle of the site will confirm the hit when it comes, but they're opting to look for picks instead. Great decision from Shazam. But will it pay off? Because look at the passiveness from Faze. They're ready for this.
Just heard the ultimate use.
30 seconds.
Swinging around, wins that duel onto Superman. You mentioned that they were trying to play for picks, see what they can find. Oh, all they found was one. Raucus is left in this one before. A Rolling Thunder thrown in his face.
Come on, coach, you got this.
I mean, he's been good. Look at that. He can't see a thing. And it's Dicey at the end of the day who cleans things up for Faze. Who knows how many kills the guy had? We'll see here in just a moment. But it got a little touch and go. Sentinels made a run at it, but Faze